I think one of the things that's really important to understand is that the landscape of homelessness has changed dramatically in the past 20 years. And it's dramatically different from what people view as homelessness.
If they were all walking down the street and you had to pick them out, you couldn't because they all looked like everybody else. And that was the big surprise for most people, and especially the young people that come from the high schools to volunteer. They find it really amazing that they're not tattered and torn and driving up in a rusty, junky vehicle.
They're probably standing behind you in line at Price Chopper. They're doing everything they can to pay for their car payment so they can get to work.
These are families that had savings. They planned for that rainy day, but they never planned for that rainy day to last 6, 8, 12 months.
This is my little girl, Judea. She's 5. And my little boy, Sean. He's 4 with his pretty, pretty eyes. Everybody loves his eyes.
So often people believe that homelessness impacts a single individual, perhaps an older gentleman standing on a street corner with a sign who suffers from mental health problems or substance abuse issues. The reality is far different. Homelessness is about families with children, and that's particularly true now in these hard economic times.
My name is Alexis Haug, and I'm 13, and I'm, homeless.
And you have this perfect storm of different circumstances occurring simultaneously, where you have this economic recession that's leading to higher levels of unemployment and job loss in the county. You have the loss of health insurance for many people, which then medical crises eat up all of their resources. And without this, many of us could experience these same kinds of problems, and so thus all of us are in some way at the same types of risk.
Love you. Okay, here's a little documentary on myself. I'm 30 years old. I've been in this shelter a homeless shelter for 4 months now. It's really hard to find a job in the economy these days, the way things are going. You don't have transportation. My son looks depressed all the time. He's too young to get counseling. I'm a single father. And, it's the first time that I've had to do with anything. Well, I had lost my job, which they were slow on work, and so they were laying everybody off. I think there's still only like 3 people that work there. Since we've been here, the shelter has treated us very well. He gets bored sometimes because, there's hardly any children that stay here during the day. Here's Robert. You ready to eat, buddy?
Yeah.
This is our kitchen. We've got all the necessities that we need. I've been trying to find a job, and with jobs around here without me having transportation has been very difficult, especially with not having daycare for him, and having to afford daycare without a job is another complication that I have. That's what I give Robert a bath in. And this here's a shower. This is Robert brushing his teeth. Doing such a good job, son. I want to be able to let him and raise him and show him that I have never given up, and you can always do what you put your mind to when you go to do it. All right, King of the Mountain. It makes him, let him know that I'm always here for him. And just like in the bedroom, he's always talking, "You my friend?" Yeah, I'm always gonna be your friend, son. I'm always gonna be your friend. You having fun, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
At fun park.
You had fun at the park too?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll fun the park.
Now, after we're done with that, we're gonna brush our teeth and he's gonna lay down and go to bed. And that will be the end of our day. All he's known is me. And so basically the thing is I'm trying to better myself because I really gotta step up and be a man and take care of my son.
Very few of us have the resources to put aside to say, okay, if I lost my job, could I provide for my family and my family's needs for 6 to 9 months? And sometimes what happens is that, you know, you have a domino effect of you've lost your job, you're trying to maintain your housing, so maybe you don't pay your utilities so that you can pay your rent, and then the next month, maybe you don't pay your rent so that you can pay your utilities so that the heat doesn't get cut off, and then after a while, you've lost your credit, you get evicted, and then you have a very difficult time once you do get your employment back, being able to find stable housing that will take you in again so that you can get back on your feet in a stable environment.
Homeless is very hard. It affects you in many different ways, emotional, physical, it's terrible.
What we see is our society has not invested in public housing. We have folks who are living in places that are unfit. I've had kids going to school from abandoned houses, from porches, from living in the car.
Now we have like very little things, like little privacy, little space, and we really, I really can't be myself around anymore. It's like really different. I feel like I have to be someone else to talk to people because everybody else is like, are you okay? Is your family okay? And so like that's what I mean. And I shouldn't be put through this situation when I'm a kid. And to me, I mean, I like feel so unlucky.
We're seeing people who are struggling on the edge. There is no buffer in our society. We have not created a situation where people can fall and stand up again. You fall and you stay down.
Well, I've been here for 4 months. I have 2 months left, and hopefully I'll have a job by the time I get out of here within these 2 months. That way I can be able to support me and my son. I'd like to be able to go back to school for my accounting degree and show my son that I am headstrong and that I can do whatever I put my mind to as well as he can.
My brother, he's angry a lot, and my other brother, he's scared a lot, and then my twin sisters are just, I'd say they're the most relaxed ones because they don't really know what's going on, and I feel bad because they're just only 5 and they don't really know better, but I still feel very sorry for them for having to go through this at such a young age.
Everyone is vulnerable. We are so connected in our society, and that these are the children you may see standing next to you in line at the grocery store or getting on the school bus. These are all our children, and we have such a responsibility as a society to make sure that they have an opportunity for a real education and a real opportunity to succeed.
I feel like I'm the cause of it for some reason. I don't know, and I get mad. And since there's like not much space, I just, you know.
Whatever happens to you is important to me because if you don't, who has a job, reach out to share, then we can all live in a terrible society. The sharing makes society a wonderful place for us to all work together to make the future bright.
I think one of the main reasons that I can wake up every day and smile and sing happy songs in my head is because I know my family is strong. I know my children are strong. My children are probably a lot stronger than I am. And I know that we're going to get out of here and we are going to survive this. We look forward to that day and we don't lose sight of that. We can't lose sight of that because then that probably will cause a lot of unhappiness in our lives, and we cannot allow that to happen.
We are each other's neighbors. And this reality, this new booming reality of an uncertain economy, uncertain housing, just uncertainty, certainly presents itself in a way that in my lifetime I've never seen it before.